Yo, 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 talking shit, getting clicks. I guess we might as well. We might as well do it. Let the children sing for me. Yeah, no? All right. To all of you, thanks for showing up. Friday's Eve, talking shit, getting clicks. Let me put some bass in my voice. Thursday night, 7:30 p.m. I'm here, you're here. And our call-in lines are already open. I already did that for you. I'm sure we're gonna have a lot to talk about this evening. Yo, check it out. In the building, we have El Vlago. Welcome. Welcome, El Vlago. This show is dedicated to you, sir. Ramid, what's good? Mainline's in here. I saw Paige in here earlier. You know what I mean?
I can't control it.
I can't control it.
It's in my family. My father said.
Now, if I could find,
I can't control.
If I could find the screen that I got the music on,
sad.
we'd be in here just rocking out right now. And I don't know if I'm gonna find it, but I'm all right with that. How's everybody doing today? Friday's Eve. That means tomorrow. Oh, wow. Well, I guess we already know what we're getting into this evening. Vlago's already talking. You know, we're on this kick. We're on this kick. They said, don't do it. They said, don't do it. And what did I go ahead and do? What they told me not to do. That's right. We're going to be talking Kamala tonight. We're going to be talking, the big talking points that are being made in the areas of reparations, lineage, border crisis, and her endorsements. See, Paige? I told you I had you. We're gonna talk definitely about this. You know what I mean? And I gotta be honest with you guys. I gotta be honest. Look at this. I got the big chats for you guys. Big chats. Let me see if I fit in there somewhere. It's me. It's hot. I have the air on. You might be able to hear it in the background a little bit, but I'm not trying to die. In here. Yo, if you are coming in here and into this space from the POE cast, double salute to you. Double salute to you. Double salute to you. Double, triple, flashback is. I haven't seen flashback for.
What's up, people? Here we are back in the talking shit, getting clipped.
You already know. Let the children sing for flashback. Give him horns. Give him applause. Let's keep this good energy going into tomorrow and the weekend. Tomorrow's the weekend, guys. We're gonna treat Fridays like we're treating Thursdays like Fridays, Fridays like Saturdays. That's what we're doing, right? Storm, we got dudes in the Olympics beating up girls, natural born dudes in the Olympics beating up girls. I mean, if they can be women, then damn it, Thursdays can be Fridays. That's all I'm saying. Today is Friday. We're gonna just call it Thursday. We'll keep it over here. Just betwixt us. Hey, everybody out there, out there. 133 degrees in Death Valley. We just got done. Me and Love was watching a weird CNN that we have on the Cinemax app, where it's like the British people are hosting CNN, and they were talking about Arizona. And they were talking about the scorching heat, and they said they lost like 600 people in 2023 alone, I believe. And then they got like body bags with ice, and they got to carry ice and water everywhere. It is crazy over there. Plus, they got a big meth epidemic. The meth heads like to be outside in that heat. They don't be knowing that meth. They think it's the drugs, but it's the sun cooking them. It's the sun cooking them. Cooking them alive in their own bodies, like reverse searing yourself. Like, remember when he used to have the turkey bags? Little juicy tender turkey.
I can't control it.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
It's in my
Thursday,
family. My father said
and
it's on
I'm
this side. I
excited.
can't control
Thanks for
it. I don't
everybody
understand.
being
It
in
makes me
here.
very
Yo, let me
sad.
tell you what. I was watching some jerk's page, and he was a jerk. You're going to have to trust me and believe me on this. I'm not talking about Vloggo. We be having our little podcast tiffs or whatever, but I'm talking about a whole nother different jerk. I'm just playing with your vlogs. But anyway, yo, this jerk was saying the most gruesome, craziest things, and he had 14 likes, guys. He had 14 effing likes. So if you could do me a favor, I can't let him beat me. I cannot let him beat me. If you're in here and you're watching this, please throw me a like. I'd appreciate it. I'd appreciate it. I would. That's right, talking shit, getting clicks. Thursday nights, we go live. We live in here. Shout out to the shout out to the Jump Out gang. I might have to turn the camera off, man. My face is crying. My entire face is crying. It's not coming out my eyes. I don't even know. That just sounded a little sketch. But yeah, let me tell you something, guys, because I know it's your Friday. It's your Friday right now, and I don't want to waste your time. I don't want to waste your time. And I just got to be honest with you. I think many of you guys already know that, like, I'm the type of guy that I like to go into, like, comments of stories and stuff and make comments and read comments, and I like to engage in the comment section. I mean, I like to argue. I agree with some things, and yes, sometimes I absolutely, positively troll people, all right? But eventually I got tired of just going in comments and writing. Like, my hands started to ache from the typing, and you hear me when I'm be typing. You hear my types. You be, like, you hear that. Look, I just moved my screen doing that. I moved my screen exhibiting to you guys my lovely keystrokes. You know what I mean? But, you know, because I was going through all of that, I started this show. Because I was tired of going in the comment section. That's basically. Let the children sing on that. But to be honest with you, like, I write more than ever now. You know, I'm always taking notes or saying, hey, like, this is what's going on, because, you know, the memory and everything, it's dedicated to, you know, Call of Duty loadouts and stuff right now. It's not dedicated to all this. But don't worry, I'm getting over it. But, like I said, most, like I said, I write more than ever. So, tonight's show, once again, we're going to be talking about Kamala Harris. I know I don't have her name up there. I just have her face. I think everybody knows her face right now. If you don't know her face, this is Kamala Harris. Her middle name is Devi, D-E-V-I. And that's a bull that is, you know, shitting. And there is no bullshit here. There is no bullshit here. And we are going to be talking about the main the talking points that are going against Kamala Harris and reparations, her lineage. Is she black? They say that she's a failure at the border. And then, like Paige brought up, like, we need that Bernie endorsement. So we're definitely going to get to talk our shit and get our clicks that way. But let me tell you what inspired me. Vloggo did. Vloggo inspired me. Tuesday night, he did his $2 Tuesdays. You know what I mean? He's the co-host, Tormenta, a.k.a. the Crimson Temptress. I got her name right. She co-hosts, and then they do $2 Tuesdays, and you know what I mean? It's Vloggo in there, Reckless World at 7. You know what I mean? It's Sharonda Don up in there. He's doing his thing. Great show. But, yo, he touched the nerve. David, he touched the nerve. Is there a background noise in here? Do I still have a flush going on? Do I still have a flush? Give me a second, I'll find it. You guys still hearing it? I thought I got rid of it. Got background noise on the podcast. All right, does that mean I do have background? You guys, are you hearing the toilet flush? I don't want to toilet flush you. Oh, it is there. You know what? You guys want me to fry. I'm a fry for you. But do not make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. This is what we're doing. I mean, I got people talking about 133 degrees in Death Valley right now. I'm telling you, people are dying in Arizona. But you know what? For the YOU, I'm going to sweat it out. I'm gonna sweat it out for you. That's right. That's why I got my news, you see? You notice something? You notice something? My background looks like somebody else's background. I digress. Listen, in 2015, Donald Trump made a fiery return to the political scene. And why would I say in 2015 he was making a fiery return to the political scene? That's because most people don't know or don't remember this, but Donald Trump had thrown his hat into the presidential ring in the last 3 presidential elections preceding that, which would be 2008, 2004, 2000, right? So he typically show up, you know, get some press, collect some donations, try to bump up his poll numbers a little bit. Like I'm talking about, he's getting like 2-3%, stuff like that, which is pretty decent. And then he would exit the race with more money for his coffers and then a little extra attention for his reality show. So when Trump announced his candidacy in 2015, I remember, I thought it would be the same old routine, but this time, things were different. I mean, during the primary season, I noticed a surge of red hats, you know, an increase in pro-Trump comments on the blogs, because I told you I'd be in those blogs, I'd be in those comment sections, and I would notice the emergence of what we all know now as the MAGA movement. Why am I giving that horns? I need that, like, don't cheer, what are you cheering for button again? You know how I am, it's a little saying here. All right, but anyway, Trump faced a dozen of other Republican candidates. Guys, do you remember this? Let me show you, let me bring this up. Let me bring this up for you. You remember back in the day we had all these guys? Let's not act like you forgot this. Let me bring that up. That's where I go. Why does that do that? Let's close that out. Let's bring this one up. Here we go. Bam. You remember all those guys? Huh? He faced a dozen of them. Is there a dozen? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 14. That's a little over a dozen. But anyway, he faced like a dozen other Republican candidates. You remember, it was Jeb Bush. Jeb is up there, right? Ted Cruz. You see Ted Cruz in there? He better be in that picture. Yeah, there he is. Marco Rubio. Little Marco. Ben Carson. Ben Carson is like the smartest, slowest man I've ever known. And John Kasich is even up there. I don't even think John Kasich is up there. He isn't, not in that picture. But Chris Christie is, and honestly, really nobody in Jersey liked him for some other things, but he was a pretty damn good politician, and I think if he didn't have that FUPA, I think he would have probably lasted a little longer. I'm not shaming bodies. I'm just giving you guys political history. I'm not trying to shame bodies here. I wouldn't do that. I would do that, but I wouldn't do that on a show. I mean, like personal life type stuff. But anyway, that is what we had going there. That's what we had going. And I'm going to bring the camera back to me so you can see I'm sweating, okay? But Trump had something that those other 18 million guys up on that screen did not have. He had a loyal crowd following. They were getting information. Also, he was free from like the niceties of and being a traditional politician and using that type of behavior. I mean, he didn't have to be polite or respectful like a typical politician. He could curse and call his opponents derogatory names, and he wasn't part of the system, right? Remember? He was trying to dismantle it, and people loved him for that. They did. They loved him, and I couldn't wait to watch his speeches. I mean, listen, NJJ, the NAJ, the NJAB, the national journal, when he was with the lady gave him the hard, tough questions, and she was like, he was a nasty one. I'm telling you, me and Lovelove was watching that this morning. Like, honestly, I pick up my phone and I was like, oh, he was at a convention. It's like black journalists, and they're sitting there down asking questions. First of all, like, I saw a little bit of the video that Storm was playing, but there was a couple things that caught my attention in that video that we can discuss later if we got some time. But for the main part, when he was in there, like, he was back, he was talking his shit again, and it was entertaining. I like to be entertained. Political sphere, yeah, a little light entertainment. You should be taking it serious here, but I was excited to hear him speech. Just like back then when I couldn't wait for his speeches. I don't think anybody could wait for his speech. Whether you liked him or you didn't like him, whether you loved him, whether you hated him, we all tuned in for those speeches to hear the crazy shit that he was going to say. Wondering who he was going to take out, because all of those 14, 16 guys up there, like, nobody really liked them. Nobody really liked them. Even their own people. Caro. Right? And I believe his campaign was definitely, if not anything, it was shock and awe. But me personally, I knew it was a show. I knew it was a show all along. I think a lot of us knew it was a show. But I also knew that a lot of people were taking him seriously. And that worried me because, like, I came from that time in 2008, Obama campaign. Everything was Main Street, Wall Street, Main Street, Wall Street. And it seemed to me, and it kind of worried me, especially as people who once denounced Wall Street in favor of Main Street suddenly aligned themselves with somebody who would represent Wall Street better than Donald Trump. And it was really strange to see middle cool. It was impossible. It was impossibly strange to see middle America siding with New York City. I gotta stop the cheering, but I love it. I love the cheering, right? So as Trump's support grew, so did the outrageous things he said. And I'd go into the blogs and I'd see Americans who were staunchly anti-Putin. And in 2012, suddenly making comments that seemed to support the Putin-Trump alliance. You guys remember the Putin merch, right? Remember the Putin merch? Look at these guys over here saying, I'd rather be Russian than a Democrat. I mean, they kind of look Russian in the face. I mean, Putin, Trump 2024, this is all the stuff that came out. Well, this is 2024, but these type of merchandise came from that 2015 election. It did. So, I mean, not only that, but the barrage of lock her up chants, remember? And then remember watching the videos of Hillary Clinton? She was coughing, couldn't stop, like have coughing attacks, or she'd like zap out like Manchurian Candidate style, and they have the weird music behind it. And I thought, damn it, man, when I saw those little reels and shorts, I was like, these people are good, and they are about to pull the entire rack of wool over everyone's eyes. And damn it, they got about 50% of us. Emails Hillary. See, this is the stuff that I'm talking about. Never mind this MF having important top secret compartmented information in his effing bathroom in Mar-a-Lago, where he had visitors that came from all different parts of the world to mess with him. We're talking about Hillary and emails where she had her own private server, and it was probably more secure than, well, we know everything's more secure than Facebook, but I mean, that's just the type of stuff we're talking about. And that's why, Vlago, you are the inspiration for my show today, right? You are. And like I said, they certainly pulled the wool over a lot of people's eyes. You got it, buddy. All right, so now I remember early morning, November 6th, 2016, you remember, I watched in horror Hillary Clinton, who won popular vote. She gets defeated by like 60 electoral votes, which is pretty substantial. Now, I believe like Lady Liberty, you can imagine like the Statue of Liberty, like waking up in the morning after the 2016 election. She's a little hungover, a little dehydrated. She's got a headache, but a stomach ache, and the pain is oscillating from head to stomach in good hangover fashion. And she opens her eyes, and the first thing in her view is a pimply back, a big back, pimply big back, right? And then attached to that back is a head, and attached to the head is a, have you guys ever heard of a Valencio? The real ones know. I'll show you. I'll show you what a Valencio is. She saw a Valencio. That's right, it's a bonnet. And not just a regular one. It was the purple one. That one. The purple one. That's right. A Valencio show it all night silk bonnet. Yes, the purple one. Yeah. Lady Liberty found herself in bed with a strange bedfellow. Now that bedfellow, you know, as she's beginning to think, who could it be? She realizes that, hey, I think it just might be Rosie O'Donnell. Hold on, let me see if I can do my Rosie O'Donnell face for you. Right? Who could it be? She's like, oh, it's Rosie O'Donnell. But the body stirs. It didn't wake, but it stirs. And then the body turns to her face, eyes still closed, and poised coital slumber. And Lady Liberty realizes on November 6, 2016, that she just spent the night with Donald Trump. Wiki, wiki, wiki. Donald Trump. And worse, and what's worse, this is how he got her. So, like, they were upstairs in Trump Tower, and he was playing Creed and Maxwell, like, mashup tape, because he calls that apartment in Trump Tower the Urban Hang Suite. If you know, you know. So she creeps out of bed. She looks for her little Statue of Liberty tiara. She finds her little tablet, and she makes that walk of shame back to Liberty Island. Now, going through Liberty Island, you actually have to walk through the waters of Upper New York Bay. And even the walk through those waters in Upper New York Bay could not cleanse the stench of the rendezvous that she had with Mr. MAGA himself. But the worst part is, she forgot her torch. She forgot her torch, people. And Donald Trump had to bring it back to her. And then, not only did he bring back the torch to the Statue of Liberty, he made a photo op out of it. You know? He made a photo op out of it. And he was there. He's like, look, Hannity. That's what he did. That is what he did, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you. I tell no lies here. He said, we did it. Her and me. All right, now since the election, the Justice Department did find that Russian operatives ran a huge disinformation campaign favoring Trump. Did we watch The Great Hack? The purple one, right? Did you watch The Great Hack? Let me know. Because yeah, they found that the Russians, they had operatives and they were running disinformation campaigns and they were favoring Trump, and that's why we were seeing people that loved Iron Eagle were in love with Putin at the time. They were either bots or they were brainwashed. So, like I said, that's how we got that Trump-Putin merchandise. These guys, Trump and Putin on horses and stuff like that. That's how we got that merchandise. And I hope it's hitting a little closer to home for you. And I believe these campaigns are hitting closer to home because, like, in the podcast world, I have noticed a plethora of black content creators and content aimed at black audiences campaigning against Biden. And since he's out, they have trained their sights on Kamala Harris. I'm letting the children sing because they're singing because I'm telling the truth. Donald just grabbed Lady Liberty by a wussy. There it is. I'm so glad I looked over there. I should pin that. We're going to pin that comment. Y'all think y'all got better jokes than Dave? Come for his pen. Come for his pen. I would like to see that. But right now, sir, you're doing your thing. All right, so, all right, stop that. But for real, in the podcast world, I have noticed that there are a shitload of black content creators and their content that is aimed at the urban market is campaigning against Biden. And now, since Biden's out, campaigning against Kamala Harris. And this started, I believe a lot of it started as COVID was lightening up. And I mean, there was some semblance of normalcy that returned back to our normal battle rattle. But it's not the political differences that upset me. It's not. But it's that these creators use the same underhanded, ad hominem, and deceptive tactics that conservatives are usually known for. Now, lately, their target has been Kamala Harris, who's the presumptive Democratic nominee. And there's a huge disinformation campaign involving her race and her ethnicity, rumors about her love life before marriage, claims of her failure at the border as the borders are. Do I?
First of all, don't argue.
I just felt like hitting a button. And even questions about her upbringing and citizenship. Stuff like that. Yep. As well as endorsements. Yeah, you did right. He did Hawk Tool on that thing. Oh, my God. Yeah. I mean, I had a joke, but I'm not even going to. This is a self-deprecating joke. I'm not going to do it. You know what I mean? So, once again, let me bring them up before we get into this. Get yourself some waters, something to drink. That's all I can think of right now because I am. Oh, look. Bro posted me. That's what's up. He posted. I love that. But yeah. You hear that? You hear that? That's that $2 Tuesdays, the podcast. You gotta check them out. I mean, Storm and Rec, like I said, they do 2 shows a week. That's 2 shows a week at least. And they alternate as host and co-host. Now, Tuesdays are all about that dollar bill.
Listen.
It's all about that dollar bill. And on $2 Tuesdays, Rex is going to drop news. He's going to rant, but he's always going to entertain. And then you're going to have Storm co-hosting. Now on Thursday nights, it's like, I'm trading places. That's my Usher. You like it?
Listen.
All right, I had to try. Because on Thursday nights, you were just there, guys, a lot of you. Exactly 1 hour before my show starts, Storm takes control and Reckless co-pilots the Thursday night ladies' night joint. So if you just came over from there, you know how good they are. I say all this to remind everyone to be careful where you get your information from.
Because I don't think society should be allowed to be that stupid, and I don't think society allows stupidity in it.
Right? You gotta remember where you're getting your stuff from. You know? Because listen, journalists take oaths. They do. You know, they go to school, they train in internships, and then they gotta literally take an oath. Like they're an officer of the law or something like that. Because telling the truth is that freaking important. I'm not a journalist, guys. I strive to have that same integrity and the way I give you information, but alas, I am still yet a podcaster, a content creator, if you will. And we don't take no oaths. You don't have to go to school for this other than like what you pick up and learn for yourself. So even though their reach and influence may be greater, you know? I mean, you could be a journalist, but a podcaster or a content creator can have a far ranging and wider reach, and they can have a greater influence. And they don't have to have the same responsibility to be accurate. I say all of this because on Tuesday, I mean, there were some things that I took exception with. So, please note that Vlago was a perfect subject for this study because he basically went down the line of what I am telling you, all of these black content creators and YouTube channels and Instagram channels that cater to the urban market. This show on Tuesday represented it. Now, let me tell you what I'm not going to do. I'm not going to keep you here for like 2 hours because he'd be having like a 2 hour and 45-minute show, and it is good and it's chock full of awesomeness. However, I did clip out some beautiful parts, and if you allow me to do what I got to do right now, I think I can get us out in like the normal time that we usually get out of here. You know what I mean? So we can actually celebrate and be rested up and for the official Friday. I know, guys. This is Friday, but you know, there's another Friday and that's been around a little longer. We don't talk about it that much. All right? Let's do it.
Will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people.
I mean, do you guys remember that? Do you remember that at all?
Now, ladies and gentlemen, what he did right there was what we call framing. He framed a little clip, a little soundbite about Kamala Harris saying that we're not giving black people no reparations. But you know what? You know what? There is actually a bigger clip than that. There's a bigger clip than that. There's still a clip, but it's longer than the clip. And I'm going to tell you why it's official whistle. It's because the griot submitted it, and the journalist that was interviewing Kamala Harris in this video, and Vlago, this took place 5 years ago. We were talking about a video being 5 years old. Like, I think the documentary, The Great Hat, was 5 years old. And this video is 5 years old. Just to let you know. Just little bonus points there. Just little bonus points. But it's the griot, and it's saying, hey, does Kamala Harris support reparations for black America? Now, when you hear that little clip from the POE cast, I'll run it back because it was only 14 seconds.
Let's be clear about that.
He's even laughing.
So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit
black people. I'm not saying I'm going to do that. Let's break it down.
Do you guys remember that?
Yeah, do you guys remember that? Because he just played that. He played that. But I do remember her saying that. And I do remember it was good. Anyway, let's go play it.
For black people. Well, listen. Again, we had over 200 years of slavery. We had Jim Crow for almost a century. We had legalized discrimination and segregation, and now we have segregation and discrimination that is not legal but still exists and is a barrier to progress. We have disparities around housing. We have disparities around education. We have disparities around income. And we have to recognize that everybody did not start out on an equal footing in this country. And in particular, black people have not. And so we have got to recognize that and do something about that and give folks a lift up. That's why, for example, I'm proposing the LIFT Act. Give people who are making $100,000 or less as a family a tax credit, which will benefit and uplift 60% of black families who are in poverty.
So by default, it affects black families, but there's not a particular policy for African Americans that you would explore.
But no, if you look at the reality of who will benefit from certain policies, when you take into account that they're not starting at the same place and they're not starting on equal footing, it will directly benefit black children, black families, black homeowners, because the disparities are so significant. So if we focus on the specific issues that have resulted in the greatest disparities, and we understand that that's part of why we're doing it. Listen, the reality also is this: any policy that will benefit black people will benefit all of society. Let's be clear about that. Let's really be clear about that. So I'm not going to sit here and say I'm going to do something that's only going to benefit black people. No, because whatever benefits that black family will benefit that community and society as a whole and the country. Right?
All right. So when we put that in context and we have a conversation about it, let's talk about it. Because one of those things that she said in reparations that's going on in the black content creation. Obviously, the white ones are doing it, but it hurts things a little bit more because the brother man is doing it to themselves, and the conversation turns into she's not going to do anything for black people, and then that turns into her lineage because she's not black, which is a crazy ass argument. But believe me, we are going to address that. But in this situation, let me tell you something a little bit about American history. There has never been, when we're talking about minority groups, not one single law or policy instated to help one specific group. Maybe when they're paying reparations to certain people, but even when Japanese were in internment camps, there were other ones that fell under that law that got paid also. But then we're going to talk about the anti-Asian hate crime bill, which sounds ridiculous, like, oh my God, anti-Asian hate. But let me tell you what, that is just a simple law so they can add Asian violence during the time of COVID to the rosters that it's collected by the Justice Department. That's it. They're not saying, hey, if you punch an Asian person, you're going to get an extra 15 years in jail. No, because we have hate crime laws for that. The Asian people got together and said, hey, we need a law because we need to study, since Donald Trump has called this the Wuhan flu, the China flu, and there's been violence of us, we need to know the numbers of the people that have been violated since he said that. We need to do a study. Anti-crime, anti-Asian hate bill is just a study. But that's also important because the Black Congressional Caucus, not for years, not for a long time, but members have been trying to get a study on reparations. Reparations. But then it goes to the Congress. You already know how Congress is. But, yeah, maybe this time, Ta-Nehisi Coates won't go in there and be like, oh, okay, it's whatever. We'll actually get something done. But you're going to have to ask for it. You're going to have to ask for it. But also, she also states that anything that benefits Black people benefits everybody. Now, the Civil Rights Law of 1964 was really written with Black people in mind. Obviously, after it was passed, other minority groups, and I hate using the word minority groups, but other minority groups gained advantage of it, as well as women. However, when the law was written, that policy was written, Black people were in mind. And that's what she's talking about with her LIFT Act. Hey, let's write laws because we know that a disproportionate amount of Black people have housing problems in this area due to redlining. Let's go do that. But guess what? In those Black neighborhoods, yes, there's a Mexican family here. There's a family from Puerto Rico here. There's a family from fucking Slovenia across the street. There's a couple of Indians and a Korean family that lives down the block. And that's why when that law affects that neighborhood, it's going to lift everybody up. However, that law is being written in the spirit to try to right the wrongs that have been going on since, like she said, the over 200 years of racism and oppression that have been boggled down on the Black man. I got him commenting. Don't worry, sir. I will have phone lines open just after I finish what I'm saying, and then you can call in. You can call in, and we can go. But I mean, I'm gonna let you talk right now. You're talking right now. I'm letting you represent yourself right.
Everybody remembers that.
Now.
I do not. I have to be honest.
I'm sorry it took so long going through
when
this.
When that though aired, but I do remember seeing a clip of it, and I never looked into it to see the whole interview or whatever. Yeah. But I did see that. I want to shout out Rob Mitt in the building.
Shout out to Rob Mitt in the building, man. Shout out to you. You had to get that call-in number fixed, so yeah, you see his passion up there.
Make sure you guys call.
See that double horns?
Yeah, but you know, I mean, I guess I'm listening to people just around, not just the news, but the people that are around me and that I'm affected by, and
he's talking about me. Like I'm one of those people that he's around and affected by. Let's keep going.
You know, communicate with and on a day-to-day basis. They are really big on this democratic movement, and I'm really inquisitive, so I'm always asking like, yo, why? You know, like, why are you into this? So why are you so deep in there? And I listen to the explanation.
Did you hear me? I said I'm one of those people. All right.
They're from India. Kamala. Clip, we can just figure it out. But you know, vote for somebody. So I mean, but I don't believe that. I believe that you can vote for yourself.
Oh, he definitely got that from me. Remember, I told you guys you could vote for yourselves. He got that from me. That's good though, because he's listening to smart people. At least he's listening to smart people. We know he's listening to Black content creators that are on the tape and stuff like that. But we're gonna bring him back. We're gonna bring him back into the fold, ladies and gentlemen. Let's keep going.
I think you can just figure it out, but you know, I do understand it all. But I'm just watching clips of Kamala, clips of Kamala. Her amongst a Indian family.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, they're just as dark as her. Mm-hmm. These are they're from India, and she's going through how her grandmother keeps the spices and things in the same type of containers or whatever. But Joe Brown jumps in. Judge Joe Brown. This is the clip, and
Yo, I didn't have this in my show, my program here, but she did. She does a I don't know if he realizes, but that the lady in the white sweater is Mindy Kaling. She's the one that does the Office for the United States of America's Office was actually like a London program, but now the Office came to America. She's the writer for the Office, and she also starred in it. However, yeah, that's Mindy Kaling, and then they're in there. And what he doesn't show you in those first seconds is that her and Mindy Kaling in conversation, Mindy Kaling basically says, yo, like, who would have known that Kamala Harris is Indian? You want to know why nobody knew that she didn't know Kamala Harris was Indian? Because Kamala Harris has been identifying as a black woman overall throughout her career. But you know what? Some people want to say that Kamala Harris ain't black. We're going to talk about that. But he didn't play that whole Mindy Kaling thing because you would have saw that. You would have saw that. Should I play the video? I got the video. Should I play the beginning of the video? I mean, you're clipping videos. You're doing it for time. I'm not saying it's trying to be deception or deceiving or anything like that. But he's going to Joe Brown anyway, and I think this is better. Let's go
Judge
to Joe Brown.
gives you an insight, close hand of knowing who she is. Let's go.
Yeah, well, it's like this. Oh, we got to go support the sister. We can get a black woman in the White. No, you're not getting one. Her daddy says his entire background is either Caucasian Irish or Caucasian Hindu. His Irish ancestors owned a bunch of slaves, and none of his ancestors were slaves. He has a grandmother who is a dark-skinned Hindu who was a house servant. So where does Kamala get her black ancestry since her mother is classified as a Caucasian Tamil Hindu Brahmin caste person? They're dark-skinned, but they're known anthropologically as Indo-Aryans, I-N-D-O hyphen.
They keep telling us this woman is going to be the first black American female president. Not only is she not black American, but she came from an immigrant mother from India, and her father, born in Jamaica, is Irish and Indian. They've been getting over on us since 2020, telling us this woman was Jamaican. And of course, when people hear that, they automatically believe that her father is black. But no, her father is Indian and Irish. And he's very proud to be a descendant of an Irish slave master. There's a whole town named after this slave master in Jamaica. But they fool us because of her parents' skin color. They have brown skin, so we think they're black, when neither one of them are.
But Aryans look exactly like Kamala Harris. They're swarthy, dark-haired, dark-eyed, and they're classified as Caucasian. And they're classified as Caucasian. So she's got a Caucasian mother, Caucasian dad. Where the hell does she come in being black? And even if her great-grandmother was part black, that's still not enough.
Hold on. He posted both sides. You can only watch one when you can. However, you hit the applause button for Judge Joe Brown's stuff, did you not? Because I just heard you hit the applause button, kind of like you're agreeing with what he's saying. What he's saying. I did. I watched the entire show. I could have did a whole 202 hours, but we would have been here for 4 hours. So I didn't do that. But let's keep going.
Enough to make her black in America, she'd still be a typical white person. You want to see what the deal is? If you're white and black, do they call you white? No. They call you black, or that other N-word. If you are Chinese and black, they don't call you Chinese, they call you black. But she's supposed to be Hindu and black, and what do they call her in her own community? Hindu. So, yeah, she's lying. She went all through California being district attorney of San Francisco. Then she became attorney general for California. Asian, that's classified as Asian. Hindu, that's from India. Asian Hindu all through California. Now she's black. She went to Howard.
Yep.
Yes. She's an AKA, yes, but that doesn't make her black. She grew up in Canada. Her yearbook that you can find online if you want to go spend the time looking it up, in which she published when she had some things going on in California, it says she went from kindergarten through 12th grade in Canada. She lied about being bused in elementary school because she never went to elementary school in San Francisco.
Should I stop it there? Should I stop it there? No, I'm gonna let it go. I'm gonna let it go. But remember this, she lied in Canada. She wasn't in Canada. She lied about going to elementary school and all of that stuff. But just listen to what the good judge is saying.
And
look at me.
It was not only that, but you also worked with them to oppose busing. And, you know, there was a little girl in California who was part of the second class to integrate her public schools. And she was bused to school every day. And that little girl was me.
Biden turned and looked at her like, who? Well, Kamala said it was her, but Judge Brown is saying she went to school in Canada K through 12.
How? And she ain't black. You know,
I ain't got nothing to do with this, Miss Harris.
Nah, I mean, well, don't.
She screwed her way to the top, screwed nearly everybody. A corrupt witch, a frat hoe. Oh my God, his words.
This is his words. This is how he felt. This is how he feels. He is in, I guess, he's in.
Yeah, let's stop it right there. All right. Now let's clear this up, because Judge Joe Brown, he ought to be knowing what he's talking about. Let's clear this up, because, I mean, something due diligence or whatever. Listen, Judge Joe Brown is wrong. Not only wrong, he's wrong AF. First of all, Kamala did not attend school K through 12 in Canada like the good judge says. She was born in Oakland, California in 1964. Now, in 1966, her younger sister was born. Her parents took a different teaching jobs in the Midwest. They were college professors. They were friggin' smart. All right. So they stopped off at the University of Illinois before they were working in various areas in different schools throughout the Midwest of the United States. Now, by 1970, remind you, when was Kamala Harris born? 1964 and 1970, when Kamala Harris was around 6 years old, her mother moved her and her sister back to California, not from Canada, but from the Midwest. Now, Kamala was actually bused to a better quality school due to, and you can look this up, Berkeley's comprehensive desegregation program. Judge O'Brown be lying. Not yet. Now, if you guys don't know, schools were desegregated in like 1954, you know, Thurgood Marshall, Brown versus Board of Education. And although it was 16 years later, California was finally catching up, because sometimes it takes a couple of years, a decade or more, sometimes to mix that racism out of there. All right? But now let's check Kamala's, we can definitely check Kamala's lineage while we're at it, right? What are we voting for, Mo? No, we're not talking about this. We can vote about anything. We can have an honest political conversation. But when you go up on your podcast for damn near 3 hours playing this bullshit, I can't let that slide. You're only representative because you did it all in one shot. But I'm not just talking about you. I'm talking about the ones that know better, that been doing this shit for years in and out and are posting it. Just like your little pink book, the faceless YouTube channel, that there's a Reddit group on there that talks shit about this woman like, yo, who is she? What is she? Nobody knows who it is. And if you know something, there are a lot of people that aren't black that have black channels that use AI voices or black voice models to put their content out. And when you trace it all the way back, you find it's some white dude living in Poughkeepsie. But everything on that show, hold on. Let me go to the pink book. Just to show you guys, this is the type of stuff that they put up there.
I don't think you're coming to the kitchen already.
Just to show you where some people may get their information from, why they need to come over here. Mo 3 times. Pink book lessons. Let's just go. Random shit. Oh, stop like us. You're not like us. Hating on Kamala. If you don't support her, you must be racist. Hating on Kamala. Kamala Harris used to use Meg Thee Stallion to humiliate black women. Hating on Kamala. It's Kamala. It seems to me like maybe there's a little bit of biasness going on in this pink book lessons. I am not telling you right now who to vote for. And I mean, if I wanted to, I could. That's my prerogative, and I would honestly tell you who to vote for. My whole thing is to get you to vote, because really the biggest thing that I'm trying to get out to you here in this specific day and age and in specific time is that these people don't care if you vote for Donald Trump. They rather you not vote at all. It's called apathy. It's called apathy. We give you this much information. We give you this it's so much information. Your brain shuts down. You're like, I don't want to do this no more. It happens. It happens. But I mean, Vlago knows Whoa. Shirley Ralph Hatcher, she filed a sexual harassment suit, didn't name Brown, but Brown filed, I did, well, I was reading about Judge Joe Brown, and I mean, he's talking about people's ethnicity, and I went and I pulled up his ex-wife, and she is racially ambiguous as it comes. Me and Ev Love was like, what is this lady? We don't know. She might be good. It might be Kamala's cousin or something like that he was dating. But honestly, there is obviously some biasness in there, and you're knocking what I said, but said you care about voting, so vote for who? I can't tell you who to, I can definitely tell you who to vote for, but I'm not going to tell you who to vote for right now. I'm going to let you know that while you are doing your background and your researching, if you still don't know who you want to vote for by now, because many of us know who we're going to vote for, but while you're doing your research and voting, like, you need to stay away from some of these things. You need to look in different places for actual real-ass information. And I think playing a video of Judge Joe Brown acting like a dickhead, being, oh my God, yo. I don't even want to. I got to get through this. Yo, if y'all out there and you like what I'm doing, even if you don't like what I'm doing, give me a like. Don't hit that thumbs down button. Don't do that. Don't hit that thumbs down button. Just throw me a like in here. You see I'm sweating. I'm sweating for the YOU in here. Only thing I'm asking is for a little like. And if you really like it, give me a share, and I'll get back to you. Now, I did go on Blago's show, and we talked about her heritage, because I wanted to clear that up. I wanted to clear that up right away, because he was also sharing some, oh my God, we're going to get there. I'm probably just going to.
In there with them. I mean, like, wouldn't he know? Wouldn't he know something?
I have to do my due diligence.
I'm just based off of fact. It's just based off.
What we know. All right. No, Judge Joe Brown obviously don't know. I'm glad Storm Tormenta was like, yo, she definitely has to do her due diligence. Storm, that shit is smart. That's just smart. That's just smart. I'm just saying. Doing due diligence, kind of smart. Anyway, Kamala's mother is Indian, like from India, not Oklahoma, and her father is black from Jamaica. And his parents are his dad is Irish and looks like he's mixed with Taino, an Indian, like a native of the island of Jamaica, or African. He does have that look to her. The grandmother, his wife, I mean, you know what I mean, that made Kamala's father's parents are Irish and native to Jamaica, and his wife looks like she is black. She looks like a black lady. She might have a little Indian mixed in her, black Indian or whatever, but she's black. And Kamala looks, like, eyes-wise, looks just like her granddad. I got a picture around here somewhere. I'll pull it up for you if I can find it. If not, I got to go through all of this, so, let's get it.
Oh, listening, oh my God. Where's your fact? You know what I mean? You can't just accuse somebody of things. You have to come up with facts.
Well, I mean, listen, you got to remember, he's a judge, former judge. He's been a part of all of this. This is all out in Cali, where she got her roots. If he's bringing down just basic information about her growing up, because a lot of the times, like I said, when I'm talking to people, and when they're talking about now we have jumped from Joe Biden to now everybody's mainstream saying Kamala Harris, and I'm going, okay, I don't. What has she been doing? I don't know what she's been doing. Last thing I heard about Kamala Harris was I remember I'm going, okay, I don't. What has she been doing? I don't know what she's been doing. Last thing I heard about Kamala Harris was I remember from the last debate. I don't remember anything that was big throughout the the presidency, except her not saying that she ain't been to the border.
His beat in the
And they keep
background is
asking her
fire.
about
I'm
the
not gonna
border.
lie.
She's
That's what I'm
never
bopping to right
been
now.
to the border, but so I hadn't seen anything.
Ramen said everyone is getting on her.
Yeah, I mean, the reality of it is, I said this. I said as soon as the dirt's.
Yep, everybody's getting out on her, just like everybody was getting on Hillary at that time. I mean, could we think that, hey, Russia might be in play? Could we be thinking that, hey, maybe Cambridge Analytica under a whole nother name? Vago, did you watch The Great Hack? Did you watch The Great Hack? Is he calling me? Don't be. Somebody's calling me from T-Neck. That's not happening. T-Neck and Hack. I don't know that. Right? So you understand what I'm saying. Everybody's going at her. Why? Did somebody push a button and send some data that way for people to react that way? Is it possible? I think so. You got to. 36 chambers. Heart has 4 chambers. There was 9 members. 9 times 4, 36. 36 chambers. Do your math. Do your math. Rich Reckless kind of showed me Wu-Tang Clan. I'll give you that, bro. I'll give you that, bro. Simmer down. Simmer down. I'm going to give you your chance to speak. Going to. Everybody's going to get a chance to call in when you want to call in. It's a call in. Don't tell me how to run my show. This is enough. Hold on. You remember this background? I went for you, bro. I don't want to talk. Vlog was anxious to get this discussion started. Yeah, he is.
Coming out. This is not, all this stuff that you're saying is not all new.
I mean, but hold on.
This
While
is
I'm here, Chad,
information
because
stuff
this really isn't. I really had a plan to go through all of this like this. But, like, he's saying that, I don't know. He's saying something. Let me go back up in the chat and stuff. He's saying some stuff. You know it. One more time. Again and again. Protect Your Neck is one of my favorite songs in the world ever. Ever. That's me and Evelyn's wedding song, actually. You critique me but say nothing? I'm upset. I'm not critiquing you. I'm just saying that you're saying that you weren't being a little biased, and I'm sitting here watching you hit sound effects for bullshit that's playing on TV. Like, you love this. Like, you love it. You loved it. He loves it. You know? I mean, so anyway, Kamala's mother is Indian, from India, not Oklahoma. Her father is black from Jamaica. Her grandmother is black and possibly Native American descent from Jamaica, while her grandfather is like Irish and black. I initially said white when I first saw the picture, and this was on the POV cast show because I called in. But if you look closer, you can clearly see that he has blood of the Serengeti running through his veins. Now, in Jamaica, they may have specific names for this type of mix. I've heard coolie. He threw around the word mulatto. But if you're in the United States in the 1960s and the 1970s, where her parents came in and actually had her in, what was I saying, 64? Yo, if you're in America in 1964 with that complexion, come on. Anybody in the chat want to tell me what she's going to be considered? Because so I got to remind you here. The show is dedicated to these talking points about Kamala. Reparations, we crushed that already. Lineage, we're talking about that now. Believe me, we're going to get into the border. This shit's going to blow your mind. It's going to blow your mind. Then, of course, for Paige, everybody else, we're going to talk about the Bernie endorsement, because Vlago went sick style on that one. He went sick style on it. I like that one. I liked it, and I'm going to show it to you. All right, but let's defend Judge Joe Brown. We're gonna defend him. All right. So what do you say? He's done. He's done. Yeah, that's right. If you go back, like here, we go back
just
here.
Basic information about her growing up, because a lot of the times, like I said, when I'm talking to people, and when they're talking about now we have jumped from Joe Biden to now everybody's mainstream.
Like, not just immigrants, like educators. They're educators, like smart people, very smart people. They're adding to America. They had a child. I mean, she's getting called DEI. your parents, you're coming from that pedigree with your parents like that, growing up in a household like that. You've passed the bar exam, which, I mean, we saw Trump at the NJAB, whatever, going stupid on that subject, but we know she passed the bar. She went to law school. She went to college, graduated from college, went to law school. She ran some clubs, was president of some things in there, got her bar, became a lawyer, worked at different jobs. Every time her salary climbed, and then you see her salary decline because she probably had to do a job that was, was going to boost her up to the next job. She does that. Then she runs and gets the DA spot for California, goes through that, and then we're mad that she's arresting people, even though DAs, I mean, they're not supposed to arrest people, are they? They're not supposed to put people in jail. I mean, but we get mad at that, throwing people in jail. And then after that, she boosts herself up, gets into the Senate, and from the Senate, she starts doing her thing. Now, I don't know if anybody ever seen Kamala Harris in the Senate. She was 100% loved by everybody. She was. She was taking on people. She was doing in that prosecutorial manner, and she was taking people to task in the Senate. And actually, when Joe Biden decided to have her as vice president, I was like, yo, like, we need her in the Senate. But then again, I was like, stupid. The vice president is basically the president of the Senate. Let her get down. I mean, that's what we're talking about. Oh my God, sweats in my eyes, There's blood in here, there's sweat, but I ain't crying yet. We didn't get to the tears part, but we probably will. All right, so she goes through that, she still gets called DEI. People get to, call her whores and saying that she got hawk toured on. Like, are we really, like, that's the messaging that's coming from one spot, yo? I'm tired of hitting that button. It is something, flashback, it is something, because they don't be telling the truth all the time. They be a little twisted things sometimes, and I don't like that shit. Now, that is what they say, What has she done? What is she doing? Just before or after they show videos that cast her in a bad light, and then the info after that is totally fabricated. Now, let's boost up a little bit.
I remember from
because we're about to get into border talk.
Okay, I don't. What has she been doing? I don't know what she's
talking
been
shit,
doing.
getting clicks. It's Thursday, Friday's Eve.
I remember
this
from
is Friday.
the last debate. I don't remember anything that was big throughout the presidency, except her not saying that she ain't been to the border, and I keep asking her about the border, and she's never been to the border. But so I hadn't seen anything.
Rahman said everyone is gay.
Actually, she has been to the border. I mean, quick Google search. She went to the border in 2021. But then we're going to talk more about the border because I know she's supposed to be the border czar.
And on her.
Yeah, I mean,
they're showing
the
that.
reality of it is, I said this. I said as soon as the dirt's coming out, this is not all this stuff that you're saying is not all new.
He's absolutely right about that. Because I think we're going to absolutely positively in the next week or the next month, we're going to get like real actual dirt, not fabricated dirt. We're going to probably get something big. I'm pretty sure she's been around on this earth a long time. She's probably done some shit. We're going to find out. But really, at the same time, whatever dirt she's done, I'm going to say it pales in comparison to that orange dude. Unless she set somebody up for murder or some shit like that, or did something just really, really diabolical. Whatever she did, whatever dirt they have on him, if they're ignoring it for the orange man, they should probably ignore it for her. We know it doesn't work that way because life's not fair. However, when you're on the up and up, you can't. How can I say this? Like, you can win, but when you go to sleep, that's not no true victory. These MFers are never going to sleep. Not talking about you, Vlago. I'm talking about the other MFs. I swear, not about you. All right. So, yeah, let's keep going.
This is information and stuff that was out a while ago that is just coming to light. Like now, because I don't think society should be allowed to be that stupid, and I don't think society allows stupidity in it. We're talking about the new running party. So I think it's fair to do the same thing because we're going to get into it later. I'm going to let you listen to what Rizza Islam has to say, but he has some great information. But we're going to talk about why hasn't Bernie endorsed Kamala Kamala Harris. So let's go ahead and listen to what Bernie has to say. I jumped into some skits in here for you. I got some things for you. But listen to this real fast. I want you to hear this. Check this out and cut this off. Let's go.
I told you we're going to talk about endorsements too.
We have got to start paying attention to the needs of the working class of this country and stand up to powerful special interests who have enormous power, not only in the Republican Party, but I have to say in the Democratic Party as well. So if you got...
I have to stop it right there. Now, if you heard what he said special interest groups who are on both sides. So these are powerful corporations, companies, and things of that nature who are affecting the vote.
Whatever he's saying, I'm with him on that one. He's not bullshitting on that. He's talking about the PACs, the political action committees, and the lobbying firms and everything like that. He's going to talk about APAC. There's another APAC. There's a CPAC that, you know, they got down at the RNC, the Conservative Political Action Committee, and they have different political action committees. Bernie has been, from rootin' to tootin', all about getting money out of campaigning and out of politics. He's been like that. That's why we love. Do we love Bernie in here? I mean, ones if you like Bernie, ones if you got some love and respect for what old Bernie was doing.
Look at me out here dodging raindrops.
Let us know sometimes. Right? But he does. He has some views that I like. I like because I believe in America that we have enough to spread the wealth a little bit. Like I said before on the POE cast, I'm not on those some communism socialists like, oh, yo, you did all that hard work, you earned that, I need that Porsche for myself. Not like that. But at the same time, I believe that if we take the lowest, the weakest chain, and we raise them up, we're all lifted. We've all been, me and Valago have this, and this is a definite debate that we have between us. Trickle down, I say it has never worked. It doesn't work. It does work, but it doesn't work for poor people in the middle class. It just doesn't. Maybe we need to have trickle up, or I don't know. They already use grassroots for something else. But that's all I'm saying right there. But he's going to play Bernie.
Affecting the voting, the president, and everything that's going on, the money, because we're going to get into something else he says later on. I'm about to play it now, but I just want you to take that into thought as we go into this right here. Got a little spin, but we got this coming.
He had a little spin. He's going to show Bernie. Basically, what he's saying is that Bernie has not endorsed Kamala Harris. Yet again, he didn't show you the great part of the video, but don't worry. I got it for the YOU. And I'm going to hit a button. There you go. That's the button I'm hitting. All right. Let me do this.
Democracy is egalitarian.
Oh, that's, what's her name? The lady on MSNBC. And she's always like flexing her neck like a cobra. You know what I'm talking about. Rachel Maddow, that's her name. Here we go.
7 sitting senators who challenged Joe Biden for the Democratic presidential nomination. 4 years later, Harris is the de facto nominee, and all of those other senators have endorsed her campaign, with one exception, Bernie Sanders. Earlier this week, the independent Vermont senator and progressive icon told reporters on Capitol Hill, quote, "I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that she becomes president," end quote, but stopped short of formally endorsing her. The Vermont senator Bernie Sanders joins me now.
All right, Bernie didn't even have to say it because he said he's going to support her, which is an endorsement. Now you're going to have an official endorsement. Now let me tell you something about politics and endorsements right now. You just don't give your endorsement away. She knows she's going to get his endorsement, but he's been in politics games for so long that he wants something for his endorsement because he knows that he ran a couple years ago and he's very popular. So instead of saying, yo, Kamala, I can't come out and officially put you on Instagram saying I endorse Kamala Harris because I haven't gotten what I want for me and my peoples. That's it. Like Buddy said, even before, like you didn't have to go through the video. You didn't have to start the video there. Bernie doesn't even have to effing talk. You can go right here.
Facto nominee, and all of those other senators have endorsed her campaign, with one exception, Bernie Sanders. Earlier this week, the independent Vermont senator and progressive icon told reporters on Capitol Hill, quote, "I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that she becomes president." And
why is that just Why? You didn't even have to put an endorsement, but a lot of other black creators are putting that stuff out there. I mean, I believe that I'm watching the same video and have access to the same video, exact same MSNBC video that this man had. This nondescript black content creator that is taking all the heat for all the other black content creators out here that I am talking about specifically had this same video and decided to say, oh, let's add something else. Bernie's not endorsing Kamala Harris. Let's put it to the part, and then we're gonna run it and talk about CPAC and APAC and stuff like that. You don't gotta do that. I agree wholeheartedly. Clown shit. I agree with you. Yeah, you see that? I agree. Because we don't even have to go through all that video. That's a little slant, guys. There's a little slant going on in here. I love the POE cast, but I wish they would talk about Coolio Fulio and not fucking Kamala Harris or Donald Trump or whatever. I'm still watch though. It's not really about the POE cast. It's about those other black content creators. We're looking at the wee episodes multiple times. But yeah, we didn't have to. We could throw that out now. All right, so now, I mean, I have mad to go. I got notes here. I got a whole effing script here that we go. But do we have to go on further, or can we go to the calls? Can we go to the calls? Should we go to the calls? Why am I asking you? I'm really letting you know that we're about to go to the calls. All right, I don't know. Let me hit a solo. Let me hit a sound effect or something.
Bleached blonde.
I like that one.
Bad built. Butch body.
Hold on. We can throw this. Hold on.
You can win. The world keeps moving and you're standing far behind.
That's because Jesus Christ is my nigga.
All right, phone lines are open.
Woo.
Talking shit, getting clicks. It is Thursday night and we are live.
Groovy.
The call-in line is 313-825-5557. International charges may exist, love. So be careful when you're dialing. Wow. Phone lines dead. Phone lines closed like Mario.
You're literally acting like an op. As if I don't have enough of those already, bro.
Lindo Young. What's good over there? Did I do everything? All right, I did reparations. We caught that. We don't want to hear no more shit about reparations and talks about Kamala Harris. I'm letting you know now. No one likes us. We don't care. We don't want to hear anything about her being black. First of all, I could spend the rest of the time talking about that ignorant bullshit. If she's black. Are you serious? Is that Rachel Dolezal there? Is it? That's ridiculous. I mean, I get it. I would repeat it because it is news. It is news. But whoever came up, Judge Joe Brown is an asshole. I used to like watching that show. I used to like watching the show. It came on in like the late 90s. I was like in high school still. And I used to watch Judge Joe Brown. And honestly, I remember watching Judge Joe Brown. And I was like, I don't care for him back then. No one likes us. We don't care. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't even fuck with him like that.
Oh. Fuck all that.
You know what I mean? But this just proves it. And I'm not going to go into his arrest record or his wife and what she looks like and how he needs to stop talking. I'm not going to do all that. I'm just going to go like blah, blah, blah. Now, one thing he did that I'm not going to go at is Rizza Islam, because I found some stuff. I don't even want to go over there. Hope you don't get a Nigerian scammer calling and reverse billing you for your international charges. No, I got a call-in studio. I got guys for that on the call-in line. Get him, El Vlago, LOL. I'm waiting. Same number, 313-825-5557. Let's talk it out. I guess El Vlago's gonna call in, represent all these black content creators that have lost their effing minds. That's what he's gonna do. Don't play. Now, the Rizza Islam, I don't go at Rizza Islam because I like him. I like Rizza Islam. I found out some things that he was a Scientologist in like 2015. But I mean, there's mad people that go from Scientology to the fucking fruit. Excuse me, I didn't mean to curse with that. To the fruit of Islam. By the way, it is true. Louis Farrakhan did kill Malcolm X. Louis Farrakhan killed Malcolm X. That ain't no lies. That ain't no lies. Allegedly. We'll put allegedly on there for you. But still, when he talks, you talk to Louis, you hear Louis Farrakhan, and I'm like, yo, he's on it. He knows what he's talking about. Do for yourself. And I agree with Rizza Islam. Everybody should do for yourself. You should know how to, sew a patch in your jeans or make a dress or grow your own food or do this or do that and have your neighborhood together and rocking out, because at the end of the day, this shit is all going to collapse. We already know. Listen, you guys are scared of Russia. You shouldn't be scared of Russia marching down your street with tanks and all their shit is dilapidated and sewn the hell up. They're having a hard time in Ukraine. Ukraine is fending them. Well, of course, they got U.S. weapons, but come on. They're having problems with Ukraine. We're talking about the Iron effing Curtain having problems with Ukraine. They're not coming in with the tanks and bombs. Even though they got them, they're going to and cut off this whole entire power grid. Not only that, let's talk about the domestic terrorists, because I've done shows on that where they're shooting at the power grid to take out splats and splats because there's people over here that want to start a race war, or there's people out here that they've been what was it called, prepping. They got all their prepping food and they've been prepping so long, all that prepping shit is about to expire, and they're like, yo, I need to use this shit. Let's spark it. 313-825-5557 in a house. I don't know. He said he's not calling. All right, don't call. Ever seen Going Clear? Yeah, on HBO. But yeah, I saw Going Clear with the machine and everything. I love documentaries. That's why I say, hey guys, you got to go watch that Great Hack. And since I didn't go through the whole thing, let me take you to the Great Hack. I'm gonna take you because I was on a POE class and I was just telling people I was trying to tell Vlago that if you watch this and you're gonna understand where I'm coming from, because these black creators are doing it. There are the Pink Book Lessons. That's a faceless channel. You don't know who the hell's giving you that information. I do faceless sometimes because I be sweating, or when I do the me episodes, I'm off cam or whatever because I'm off cam. It's a little bit comfortable that way. I don't have to worry about what I look like or anything. But the whole thing is that we know in 2015 that people were faking accounts, and they're doing it now. I see people saying, yo, I am a black man, and I agree and disagree with this. And I'm like, yes, I understand. There has to be one black man in the 20 million that would go this way. But damn it, I just found 6 in a row. And they got pictures of dogs or people I know. I'm like, bitch, that is not Al. You are not Al Jarreau. You Google that. You're not Al Jarreau. Al Jarreau wouldn't be on this Instagram page right now. But it's serious. That's what it is. And I'm telling you, as I'm telling you, I should be pulling it up. I mean, this show is for everybody, but at the same time, I am specific. I'm aiming at damn, where is it? Oh, I just had it. It's like a Facebook clip. Oh, here it is. Let me show it to you. This is a clip from The Great Hack, and this is one of the most important pieces, little 3 minutes that will quickly sum up what the hell happened in 2015 in that election and what's happening right now in this current election. Let's roll it.
As a firm, we are a behavior change agency. The holy grail of communications is when you can start to change behavior. Turn it out, this is a great, interesting case history of how we look at problems. There are 2 main political parties, one for the blacks and one for the Indians. And, they screw each other. So we were working for the Indians. We went to the client and we said, we want to target the youth. And we try and increase apathy. The campaign had to be non-political because the kids don't care about politics. It had to be reactive because they're lazy. So we came up with this campaign which was all about be part of the gang, do something cool, be part of a movement. And it was called the Do So campaign.
It means I'm not going to vote.
Do so, don't vote.
A salute of resistance that is known to all across Trinidad and Tobago. Do so! Do so! Do so!
It's a sign of resistance against, not the government, against politics and voting and stuff. They're making their own YouTube videos. This is the Prime Minister's house. It's being graffitied. It was carnage. We knew that when it came to voting, all the Afro-Caribbean kids wouldn't vote, because they do so. But all the Indian kids would do what their parents told them to do, which is go out and vote. They had a lot of fun doing this, but they're not going to go against their parents' will.
Thank God for the guidance that has brought us here to this victory. Thank you. Thank you, God.
And the difference in 18 to 35-year-old turnout is like 40%. And that swung the election about 6%, which was all we needed in a election that's very close. We now.
Oh yeah, he's gonna say we now undertake 10 national campaigns for prime ministers as well as other campaigns around the world. Yo, this Do So campaign happened back in like 2011. Yeah, like 2011. That's what happened. So in 2000, Vlago is on the line. I'm about to let him in, but I'm letting you know right now. I showed you that little piece to let you know that there are people that are out to get your vote. So when people are telling you not to vote, or they're putting you in positions where you're like, oh, I don't want to vote, you should probably just go vote. I don't have any good, beautiful speech, and I probably should have one for you to go vote, but you probably should go vote. They try to keep you from doing it so much. It must be important. I would say another thing, if we're going to talk about like the issue of reparations, and black people are talking about reparations, one way that we could show our unity is that we all show up together at the polls. I would say something that will work out very well would be if we show up. Thank you. If we show up, I would say over 85%, in the upper 80%, like damn near everybody, man, woman, and child, everybody that is able to vote, if they come out and vote and they say that, hey, look, there's a whole voting block, then guess what? Shit will move a little easier. Right? So that's what will happen. Got Vlago on the line. I've been talking now for damn near an hour and a half. Vlago, you got it. Talking shit, getting clicks. Mo 3 times.
All right, so I'm here. You spent an hour and a half dogging what I posted on the video, on one video. Now, if you watched the video Tuesday before, I talked about Trump. Again, me as an individual, and for everybody who has something to say, I'm not voting for either one of them at this very moment. I already don't believe in Trump and what the fuck he's doing. I just say when it comes to Republicans and their stance on the shit we watch with the Olympics and things of that nature, that's a Democratic thing. They push that men pretending to be women or women pretending to be men, because it could be a woman in a boy's bathroom doing the same thing. They're promoting this. So me, I'm a simple man. I don't know about all the other shit, the taxes. I'm poor enough that it don't make a difference if they raise gas 20% or drop it down 1%. It's the same shit for me, right? So when I'm talking and doing my podcast, I'm talking to people and giving them. I want to hear, when I hear all my people, and I explained it, the people around me in my area, they're saying you should vote for Democrat. I go, why? What is a Democrat giving to us? Y'all don't tell me shit about what Trump is. And I'm going, we know Trump is a fuckboy. We know Trump lies a lot. We know Trump does all of this shit. We know all of this. So to beat that in the brain of a person who knows it is irrelevant. Tell me why I should vote for the other side. I know why I shouldn't vote over here. But I like this topic right here. I like the fact that they don't believe in motherfucking women or men being in the same bathrooms or the boxing thing that we watch. That's the one thing I can say I speak on. So when I go and I say, listen, they say, and it's about Kamala, I said this in my podcast. So I just didn't like the fact that you took a whole hour and 15 minutes downing my podcast for what? Like, there's many people up here who got opinions that I reference from that you could have dogged them. Instead, you tried to dog me as if these people watch my podcast. And for those who watch my podcast already know, I don't care either way. But for the ones that's on your podcast that popped up tonight, I shared it to 95 people on Facebook, on Instagram. So when people popped up here, 15 to 16 people who were live, I know that's because I put the effort in. And then you turn around and just start dogging my whole video as if I don't know what the hell I'm talking about. I'm confused. What am I voting for as a Democrat then? Forget if Kamala is not black or she is black. It's really not important. I said this is what the gimmicks would be when she came out. When they put her in a place, they would dog her. They would talk about a whole bunch of shit, and I posted what they said. Like I posted about Trump. So
Can
again,
I ask you a quick
I'm
question,
asking
though?
you, as a Democrat,
Can I ask you a
if
quick
you're not
question?
a Democrat or Republican, just let me finish. Just let me finish, because you got an hour and 15 minutes on me, so just give me this little bit of time. As a Democrat or an independent, where should I post my vote and why is what I'm asking you. Just tell me why. All I'm asking.
Well, I posted the vote
Look at
that
the rhetoric.
that
You tell
in
me,
this
because my shit is
election
back.
I am
Tell me
answering
where
your
I should
question.
vote.
In this election, I think you should vote for the Democratic Party because we already seen the playbook for the Republicans, and that is Project 2025. That is your Agenda 47. That's all that shit. That's out there. So,
But that's it.
no,
That's
hold
it?
on.
That's
Now,
your only reason?
I'm not gonna. That's it. I understand your point about transgenders.
I just want the answer. I don't care about you understanding my point. I want an answer so I know where to vote. That's my only question.
Oh, well, I'm muting you because I already gave you an answer. I just told you why you should vote for the Democratic Party. I just told you that. I just told you. Now, if you want to talk about, I understand that there are people that vote specifically for an issue. For years and years, people were voting about, I'm not voting Democrat because of abortion. I'm going to vote Republican because I want to get in Roe versus Wade. Right? Now Roe versus Wade is ended. What is their priority? But the bigger thing is that I am using you, and I used your show as a fucking template for all the bullshit that has been going on for the past couple of weeks. Not only every election that goes on with this false information. And you said that, hey, I'm showing both sides, but let me tell you what, I'm going to go ahead, I'm going to take a leap here. Whatever information that they gave about Trump when you were going on, you're against Trump, you're anti-Trump part, and because you're anti-Trump, anti-Kamala, I'm not putting words in your mouth, but when you went and gave your Trump information, I'm going to tell you what, whatever information you got was probably accurate. The difference between that and what you did on Tuesday is that everything that you put out was full of shit. That's why I put on the show reparations, lineage, border, and endorsements. That's what I watched on your show. Those are the things that they were talking about. Reparations, lineage, border, and endorsements. And hold on, let me get to the border. She's not the border czar. She isn't. She is not the border czar. Her job was to go in and figure out why these people are coming from South America. What are their issues and what can we do to alleviate their pain back in their home so they don't come over here in masses? But she wasn't the border czar. But when you got 1 billion people putting that out, and there could be one issue where, hey, one person's like, yo, I'm all about the border. Like some people are about transgender rights and stuff like that. But then, we're going to talk about transgender rights though. But somebody could be a one issue voter, and that one issue could be the border. And you're giving information about her, and that shit has spread all over. Not just you. When I say you, I'm saying all these creators specifically. MAGA 2, whites, blacks, whatever. I am just specifically going at black creators because I'm a black creator, and I think this is bullshit. Like, we need to tighten up like that. And to see you go ahead and also put that out there and not because I put that same information you out there, but I did it in different ways. I'm not hitting no air horns and claps and all of that on some false information. You're agreeing with false information, sir. That's not right. I love your show, by the way.
Right.
I do love your show. But I would want you to spend a little bit more time because this may not be important to you. You may not have a horse in this thing, but it's important to a lot of people. So When we're talking about Kamala Harris and we're talking about reparation talking points, lineage talking points, border talking points, endorsement talking points, and they're all jacked up, I gotta let you go out there and I gotta tell the people that this is bullshit. You just so happened to put a show on Tuesday and it was all consolidated there. I didn't feel like going to the Angry Man or Philip Scott or all those other or fucking Judge Joe Brown. I didn't feel like going through all that. So, like I said, I used it because you brought all of that there to one spot. So we can bring it over here to the talking shit getting clicks. Love your show. I'm muting you because I was answering your question. You was like, who should I vote for? And I already told you Democratic Party. I told you why, and then now you're asking me some other stuff. Unmute it. I'll mute myself.
Why you're voting for Democrats? You didn't answer that. I must have missed it.
Yeah, you missed it.
I'm still muted.
You were talking. You're not muted, but you were talking.
Okay,
and I had
cool.
muted because
My question again is, I should vote for Democrats for what? Maybe I misunderstood what your answer was throughout all the speaking.
I got
Why
you.
should I vote for Democrats?
I got you. I heard you. I heard your question. All right, to answer your question, anybody in the chat that heard me, can y'all please put in the chat why I told you I gave?
No, you don't do
reason.
that. How can I be on your podcast? I let you rip me apart. I'm asking you a question. You tell me
I haven't ripped you apart. Do you feel like I ripped you apart? I'm not ripping you apart.
Mind, bro.
I'm trying to bring these parts together.
If you don't understand what I'm talking about, then you don't understand it, then it's okay.
Yeah, everybody on here has heard me. You were talking. That's why you didn't hear me, because you were talking. I let you talk, and then you asked me a question. While I'm answering the question, you're telling me to answer the question. And now I'm muting again. Now I'm muting again. So you can listen to me when I say that I'm voting for the Democratic Party this shot out. And I'm voting for the Democratic Party because we already seen this guy's game plan with Project 2025. But you know what? We don't care about Trump stuff because he lied to people's faces. Hold on. Let me put the camera on. He lied to people's faces and he's like, I don't know about Project 2025. When half of the people that wrote that shit was either in his administration or had worked with him before, but he knew nothing of it. And he's trying to distance. It sounds to me like he's trying to push that agenda that the Heritage Foundation has been trying to push. And everybody's like, Heritage Foundation has been over for 50 years. It's been around trying to push this agenda. Bro, we had Roe versus Wade for 50 years and it just went out the window. So why do you not think that the Heritage Foundation will not be able to push that agenda of Project 2025? I'm hitting the buttons. If there was anybody else on the phone saying this, I would hit the buttons for him right now for saying that. That's all I'm saying. So I am telling you right now, I'm going to unmute you, but I am telling you right now that I'm voting for Kamala Harris. I'm telling you right now, if you're, hold on. Let me take a pause. Let's go back to the transgender. I understand, because I've seen the videos of France of people like, and there's like, and people are transgender. A lot of those athletes are transgender. A lot of those Olympic athletes are gay. A lot of them. You saw women's rugby. They're gay. But guess what? The Olympics is taking place in France. It's not taken in America. And that brings me back to somebody's plan that they had, and they said, New World Order. Because when Trump became president, who did we get in England? The crazy dude with the crazy hair who had the same damn platform, but for England. Who were they trying to run in France? Marie Le Pen. Like, come on, bro. I know my politics. I know that shit internationally. A little bit, but I definitely know it nationally. And you can see that the whole conservative movement was taking over the world. And back in the 80s, one dude got up and said that we're basically trying to make a new world order. His name was George Bush. But I get it too. I don't want to see people that were born male get in a boxing room with a person that was born female. And just because they took some pills and they transformed their genitalia, I don't think it's right. And I understand that people will vote on that one specific issue and vote against Democrats on that, because, because the Olympic Committee, because the Biden administration rules over the Olympic Committee. I'll let you get last word.
I'm cool, bro. You did what you had to do. You did what you had to do. Great show. I have nothing else to say. Thank you.
I concur. Thank you. spitting. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you. I appreciate everybody that came out and watched the podcast. Don't laugh at Vlago. Don't laugh at that. That's my bro, and I love him. We're going to get past this. We're going to get past this. I know I'm going to have to sleep with one eye open right now, but I just hope next time he's clicking around that he clicks around with two eyes open, because I don't want to have to do this shit again. Talking shit, getting clicks. I'm Mo 3 times. This is our show. We do a call in 313-825. I don't even know why you're giving, because I'm about to go off. But we're on all Thursday nights. Before I let you out, never mind. I'll show you next week. Oh, I forgot to tell you guys. On the 5th, August 5th, coming up will be the 1-year anniversary of the Montgomery Riverboat Brawl in Alabama. It is. Really? Remember that? The guy jumped across the river, but he threw his hat up. It's going to be 1 year, and people are talking about having a celebration like that. I don't know. We'll figure out how you guys celebrate it next Thursday, 7:30 p.m. on Talking Shit. Oh, I dropped my gelato. Getting clicks. Mo 3 times. Thanks, everybody, for coming out. Please, don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, and we'll be back at you again next week, same time, same place. Peace.